Hey guys, what is up? I know you're not used to seeing my face, but I decided to record it on my computer instead of on my PS4. So, I'm going to be doing my Week 11 predictions, and just as a recap of Week 10, I went 9-5. That's pretty damn good if you ask me. Alright, so here's what we got. Thursday night football, you're going to have the Saints playing the Panthers. I'm going to say the Saints win. Carolina's and the Saints offense plays well while the defense, But I think the Saints offense gets them through. Then you have Pittsburgh at Cleveland. I want to shout, it's a trap. Cleveland is 0-10. They're the only winless team in the league. Minnesota was the last team to be undefeated, but they lost that record like 5 weeks ago when they were 5-0. 4 or 5 weeks ago, they lost that. So I'm using my phone. So that's if I'm not looking right at the camera. All right, then you have Baltimore and Dallas. Dallas just. Oh wait, I don't think I gave my pick for that. Good job, Matt. Though I do feel like it's a trap, I'm going to say Pittsburgh wins. Okay, Baltimore at Dallas. I'm going to say Dallas wins. They just beat Pittsburgh, and that game was a shootout. There was not much defense. Steelers lost 35-30. You would think scoring to go up by 5, that with 42 seconds left, or it was like 42, 44, something like that, Dallas wouldn't have enough time. Game over. No. In fact, they didn't even need 42. They needed 33 seconds because they left 9 seconds on the clock for Pittsburgh. Alright, then I'm just like Dallas. Dallas wins. They have the best record in the NFL. Then you have Jags at Lions. I'm going to say Lions win. You have Titans at Colts. I'm going to say the Titans win. They did just beat the Packers. Bills at Bengals. Now, I hope the Bills win, and I also think they're going to win. I want them to win because Cincinnati is in my division, and they need to lose. And actually, interesting about the AFC North, the Browns can actually still win the AFC North and go to the playoffs. Here's how. Cleveland has to win every game from here on out. I put my phone down for a second so I can explain this. So Cleveland has to win every single game. Baltimore has to lose every single game. Cincinnati can win 2 games. They're both against Baltimore. Pittsburgh can win 2 games. 1 against Baltimore, 1 against Cincinnati. If that's what happens, Cleveland will be 6-10, but also will Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh would be 6-10 as well. But because of like division wins or something, they would be above Pittsburgh. So then the Browns would go to the playoffs. Now, it's a long shot, but they actually technically could still do it. If they don't, like, if Pittsburgh beats Cleveland, they're out. They're mathematically out. If Baltimore beats Dallas, they're mathematically out. If Cincinnati beats Buffalo, they're mathematically out. But I think Buffalo's going to beat Cincinnati. Let's see. You have the Bucks at the Chiefs. I'm going to say the Chiefs win. They're red hot. They have been since they had that 11-game win streak last year. Let's see. You have Chicago at Giants. I'm going to say Giants. You have Cardinals at Vikings. I'm going to say the Cardinals. Ooh, this one's fun. Miami at St. Louis. You have the Dolphins and the Rams facing off. Jared Goff is going to make his first career start. Case Keenum is finally getting put on the bench. Jared Goff's going to go out and see if he can actually play. We're going to see what the first overall pick of this year's draft is made of. If he does well, if he sucks, ooh. If Jared Goff turns out to be a bust, the Rams are going to take a lot of heat. Because not only did you use the first overall pick on him, they gave an arm and a leg to get him. They gave up so many draft picks. And if he turns out to be a bust, that's going to be brutal. I'm going to say Jared Goff gets his first win in the NFL. Rams win. Then you have the Patriots and the 49ers. I don't think there's any debate about this. Patriots. You have the Eagles and the Seahawks. I'm going to say the Seahawks win, though I do not like how some of those players have been playing this year. They had some cheap shots. A lot of stuff wasn't called. And even now, they're being accused of Deflategate 2.0. The punter looked to be holding a deflated ball. That or his hands are as strong as the Incredible Hulk. I'm not going to say much about that, but if they are cheating, if they had, saw how their season was going and started cheating, it's not good. Then you have the Packers and the Redskins. The Packers just lost to the Titans. I think it's time to blame Aaron Rodgers for the Packers struggles. I cannot talk. Because they've always given him a pass. Earlier in his career, when he had great receivers, it wasn't, the receivers are doing all the work. It was Aaron Rodgers is doing all the work. But now, with average receivers, Aaron Rodgers is not getting blamed still. The receivers aren't getting open, so he can't pass them the ball, which would be a valid argument if you'd actually given credit to the wide receivers when he had those good ones. I'm gonna say Redskins. They've been on a bit of a hot streak lately. Kirk Cousins started the season a little, let's say rusty. Rusty's the word. But now this year he's caught up to what he was doing last year. Alright, then you have the Texans and the Raiders on Monday night. I'm going to say the Raiders. Now, while their defense isn't that great, they still have an amazing offense. And frankly, I don't think the Texans can win. I think the Raiders have it. Oops. Sorry if that messed up the sound. I'm going to say Raiders win, though. And that is it. Those are my picks for this week. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think I'm a lunatic? I mean, last week I went 9-5. I've never been below 500 since I started these week 5. And for those of you who don't know what 500 means, it means you're right and wrong, same number, which is 500. If you have more rights than wrong, you're above 500. But if you got more wrong than you did right, you're below 500. I've never been below. I'm always above 500. I'm good at these predictions. Now, just a couple comments on injuries and whatnot. Just news in the NFL lately. Cowboys haven't given up on Randy Gregory, even though he just got busted for another failed drug test. The Steelers' Cam Hayward, he's out for the season. with a pectoral injury, I believe. The Bills center Eric Wood, he's out for the season. I think he broke his leg. Anything else? Tony Romo had a press conference, and he said it's okay if Dak's the starter for the rest of the season. He will concede the starting spot because of how well he has done this year. You could tell he was depressed about it. You know, he doesn't want to give it away, but Dak's just played so well. He thinks if he were to come back or, keep a controversy out there, he would be a distraction to the team, which is not in the team's best interest to make the Super Bowl. And he will be the most expensive backup in the NFL. I don't know if he's going to retire after the season. I don't know if he'll probably go to a different team because Dallas is going to move on. And barring an injury to Dak Prescott, Tony is done in Dallas. So, I mean, there are some teams who could use a quarterback. San Fran, the Jets, the Browns. Who else could use a quarterback? I don't know, maybe I would say Dolphins because Ryan Tannehill's he's shown potential, but at the same time he's, done horrible. So but Ryan Tannehill has a humongous contract in Miami. Maybe Tony Romo could go to Denver, but they did take Paxton Lynch in the first round this past year. I really don't know what other teams could use a quarterback. Tony has limited options. And who knows, he might be asked to take a pay cut if he's not traded. A team could trade a late rounder for him because, let's be honest, he's 36 and he has a humongous cap hit. So you could trade, but it's going to be anywhere from the 5th to 7th round. I doubt they get more than a 4th for Tony. But he could be cut, and then another team would sign him, which is the more likely option. But it's been an amazing career for Tony. It's just unfortunate. He said this is the best Dallas team he's ever been on. And he was so excited to get ready for the season, to go out there, try to win a Super Bowl, and then in the preseason, he breaks his back. And he's told, it'll be like 3 or 4 weeks. And then and then after that, he's told, no, it's actually 10 weeks. And, there was no rush with getting Tony back because of how well Dak was doing. And it's like, you know what, Tony, take your time. Dak is keeping us much, he was just asked to keep us afloat. He did more than that. So they said, wow, okay, Dak's actually doing pretty well. Tony, don't rush back. We don't need you getting re-injured. But then Dak did too well. If you saw the press conference, you could tell Tony was sad about it, though. If you haven't seen it, I would suggest you go watch it. He did not take any questions. It was just 6 minutes of saying, this is what's going on, and I've accepted it. So, well, guys, if you like this video, punch the like button in the face, and subscribe if you're new. I'll talk to you guys if you're blah, 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 blah. I'll talk to you guys soon.